Well, hello there, everyone. Bobby D here with Inspire Hearts and Virtual Event Fundraising. Thank you for being a part of this day. And I am so excited. I've got a friend and a really good buddy of mine, and also mentor, colleague, thought leader, amazing fundraiser, and auctioneer, who is actually speaking to us via Zoom on a boat in Vancouver. So Chad Carvey is with us.
Hey, good morning, Bobby D. How you doing?
I'm very, very good. Now, Chad, you are the principal auctioneer. Why are you the principal auctioneer?
Because I was a school principal, so a little bit of a play on words there, principal. So yeah, 29 years with the kids, always did fundraising on the side. Principals never stop fundraising. So I kind of learned it grassroots, putting galas together from scratch. And I love that beginning.
Awesome. So how many years have you been doing like fundraising events, live galas, live auctions, those types of things?
I did my first auction. It was a church pie auction about 35 years ago. And I remember just being enamored by the way an auctioneer talks. And you're gonna kill me for this, but I learned to chant, and my chant is terrible, but
it's great. I've heard you, buddy.
It's somewhat entertaining and everything, but I learned on learntochant.com. I kid you not. It was a pretty goofy, but yes, always school-based. And again, building a gala from the gala side, the side that our clients are usually working on. I like having that background of having to have done it myself.
Awesome. So now here we are in our new normal. The craziness is happening, and the world as we know it, especially live fundraising events, is changed forever. And now we're moving literally into the future. So let's talk a little bit about this new trend that's happening. And I know that you talk to it as the virtual live gala. Give us an idea. What does that look like? I know you've done a couple now. Kind of paint the picture for us.
Yes, absolutely. Again, we're in a brand new situation. What do you do? And, I've always said that the benefit auctioneer work, our craft, is impregnable. It's impervious to recessions and things like that. And people say, what do you mean? Well, when we have a lot of money, there are a lot of galas, and we're working all over the place. But when the money is tight, then they need a skilled benefit auctioneer more than ever, and we're in demand because of that. So if you develop your skills to a significant level that you can really become a craftsman or craftsperson, then no matter what happens to the economy. But a pandemic, an epidemic, we just realized we're the first to go. This is it. If large crowds of people, and when I saw that coming, and I think as a school principal, again, it's my job to see things that are coming in my community and kind of put the word out there without scaring people, but to get them ready, not freaking out, but to get them ready. And so I saw that coming, and a bunch of us started talking about virtual live galas. Could we do a gala online? And the first time that we did it, it's just a few weeks ago, we felt we'd raise maybe a half or 2/3. First gala, we raised 10% more, and 2 nights ago, we raised double, which is just mind-boggling for us.
Wow, that is awesome. I guess paint that picture of what does a virtual live gala for. The nonprofits that are here that are watching, they're kind of like, what? I have no idea. Walk us through what that platform kind of looks like, or even just that experience from the donor side, from the nonprofit side, but then also from the fundraiser side.
You bet. So I'll tell you my approach, and I know there are other approaches. Some folks are simulcasting, and some people have mobile bidding kind of thing set up. So ours is really, really fundamental, really basic. It's basically a webinar.
Okay.
So we're choosing a good webinar program. Our first 2 galas, the first one a couple of weeks ago was using Webinar Jam.
Okay.
And I love that product in all respect, except for the latency. I had to the latency is the delay between my voice and when the guests are hearing it. And I had to deal with up to 18 seconds of latency. And so what it did is we had a fantastic gala. I'm amazed that everybody stayed in there and didn't leave, but it lasted almost double what the length of a usual gala. So that was the one thing we were looking for.
Painful.
in looking at other products. So 2 nights ago we used Livestorm. live storm.
Okay.
And in production runs and practices run throughs, there was some a little glitchy things and trying to work out various problems. We got through that, and the latency was probably less than 5 seconds.
Wow,
So
that's
that
really
was
good.
much better. I have heard from Webinar Jam; they've told me a bunch of things that they would suggest that might help with the latency on their product. So I haven't given up on the idea of Webinar Jam, but probably I'll decide this week between one of those two and then purchase it myself, the pro version of one of those, and be able to use it for my upcoming virtual live galas. So basically we're using, I've done both of them on my iPad. Oh, actually the first one was on a MacBook Pro, and I'm using the camera from either that MacBook Pro or this Saturday on my iPad Pro.
Okay.
And the mic this Saturday was a little bit nicer mic, an Audio-Technica mic
I
that
saw
was
you
plugged.
upgraded just like I did.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I had to up my game a little bit.
Yeah.
But we're not, we're doing it in a hotel room. The first gala 2 weeks ago was in a school parent's living room, and the MacBook Pro was on top of a stack of books, which was on top of a bar stool.
Wow.
And yeah, and they bought some party kind of decorations to go behind me, and that was it. It was in a little room. There were 4 couples there. This is before shelter in place. The 4 couples together, and they were my studio audience. So just very low production cost, and it got it done. People are
Wow.
excited.
Wow, that's awesome. So so then, like we say, we've got the simulcast platforms, we've got the mobile bidding platforms. So then how are you actually like accepting the bids in the live auction or the donations and the fund to need? Like, I mean, how do you keep track of all of that?
Right. Well, I think in real galas, you have this wonderful camaraderie and this feeling of togetherness and family that you can pull together. So how do we recreate that in a virtual
Yeah,
gala?
how do you get
And
people to raise these virtually, right?
exactly. Well, the first thing, the first great thing about using a webinar platform is that number goes away. And
Okay.
suddenly everybody's a person. So Sally Jones is bidding, and Sam Gutierrez just bid against her. Sam, come on, Sally's going to take you out. And you're having these conversations. People are
Yes.
making fun comments. Somebody will say, I'll bid $1,000 for the auctioneer's hat. I'll say, no, we're not going to do that. And so we have this interaction. People say they're crying, they're, all of that
Aw,
kind of thing. And
wow.
so I love the fact that we, at both of these galas, we've done all our bids, all our donations, all our donations in the Last Hero, which is a game, Run Around or Last Hero, at the end of the Fund to Need that we play with the crowd. All of it happens in the comments or chat sections
Right.
of the webinar. And not only is it social, exactly, it's social, it's fun, I can interact with them, they can interact with each other, but it gives us a printed record of the entire process. If you need to go back and see who the runner-up bidder was on something, or what was said, it's all right there for you.
Wow. Wow. I mean, it's so simple. I mean, it's like we're all trying to figure out these different tech solutions for this. I mean, it's like literally like right there in the chat bar. I mean, that's amazing to take a
Yeah.
tool like that and then to apply this to it.
Yeah. One
Wow.
of the things I had, one of the pros and cons, I'll try to give it as many of the pros and cons. One of the problems I had on Saturday night was people were making so many comments and having so much fun that sometimes the bid would go up off the top of the screen, and I'm like,
Oh,
whoa, where was that last bid? And I'd have to spin it down with my finger. I had to say, okay, calm down, folks, a little bit too. I can
calm down.
imagine some of my higher population, let's say we had 500 or 600 instead of 200 or so, that I might have to be a little bit tighter on those comments.
Right, right, for sure. Okay. So then I guess what are some best practices that a nonprofit could utilize to set themselves up for success for a virtual live gala?
Mhm. Well, first of all, I think you need to work with the client to make sure that a virtual live gala is for them. And
Yep.
again, the big part is, can they get people to join it? Can they
Mm,
get people to join the gala? And I have some, whether demographics or maybe I have a brand new gala. It's their first time, and the question is whether they could get, how many people they can get to a gala, anyways. So getting people is the kind of the big challenge. First of all, second of all, I always like to offer clients options.
okay.
So you want to give them choices, and the same thing goes with my fee. So, for example, all of my clients have the option of postponing a no change in fee of doing a virtual live gala, no change in fee, or canceling for next year, in which case because my contract does not have a force majeure clause out for my clients, it locks them in, they have to pay regardless of any force majeure, that then it puts me in the position of giving them a discount as a heart, as being part of this tragedy or this crisis that we're going through. And my clients are loving that. And I basically just say, as long as you're going to sign us up for next year and we're good to go, I want to give you this gift. And I give a big discount, just making sure that we have enough money to live.
Nice. That's right. I mean, yeah, we're all feeling that right now for sure.
Right.
So, okay. So getting the people there, I mean, to your virtual live gala is a key component. Then, kind of let's walk through a little bit of like what that program actually like looks at. I mean, or looks like
Sure.
you probably got the video, you've got the slide, you got all of that kind of, let's
Sure.
kind of from real quickly from beginning to end, like kind of what does that look like?
Yeah, since both of my past galas were galas that were already set up, in other words, they already had auction software. My first gala had Greater Giving. My second gala 2 nights ago had Auctioneer. And so all of the guests were registered through those platforms. So since that was already purchased, it was easy to do. Now, if I had a brand new school that was starting out, and let's say it was a very low funding, low grossing kind of gala, maybe $30,000 or $40,000, a small school, they don't need to buy an auction software if they don't want to, because we have that record, we have this great clerking, and we can do post-event billing, right? So post-event invoicing, which is no fun, but again, you could do that if you want to. You have all the parents of the school, you know where they live. But the first 2 galas, folks registered and either were just registered or registered and entered their credit card information into their gala software as part of the registration process for the gala, and then they went to the gala. Oh, that's a really good point. For both the Webinar Jam and for Livestorm, I chose them because they don't require any application download or any extension download. I just want a link,
right?
Just a link. Click. I want what we talk about, user friction, right? Reducing that friction. They just let them slide right into that gala. Just boom, click a link and type your name in, and you're there. That is a huge point that I would urge people to consider strongly when you're looking at looking at something like Zoom right here,
right?
On our that we're speaking on. So. Yeah, that was a big one for me.
Okay.
So they register. They register. We have their credit card or the register, and we have their information. The both the clerking, my audio, and that comment, the comments that are saved. We have all that data. It's very crystal clear. It's very important that you give clear directions on this new world of bidding. So I learned that the first time that I did the virtual live gala a couple of weeks ago, I said, when I say sold. And this second gala, I changed that because again, with an 18-second delay, I'm having to do these countdowns. So I was going once, going twice. Okay, it's going to close in 10 seconds to go, 9 seconds to go, literally having to do that to stall out. What I changed it to is that my wife, Carolyn, who is my assistant and everything, my boss, my admiral, I'm the captain of the ship, she's the admiral.
She's amazing.
She's on the comments, and she's inserting comments to get people going, but she's also telling people what the bid is, what the ask is. She's encouraging them. And what we said is, I can say sold, but until she types it, that's the real sold. So I'm going to say sold. She's going to immediately type it. So that way it makes it less subjective, because if their bid came in after she says sold, I'm sorry, you got to get in quicker. And if it comes in before, then even though it's between when I say sold and she types it, then we have to accept it. So I think having that was important just for safety.
Nice. No, that's a great solution. So now Fund a Need, I mean, that's a huge fundraising component that's built within that. So now you've done the auction, that's there. And then now moving into that Fund a Need, are you still showing the video? Are you still having the speaker? Are you still doing all of that?
Absolutely. So the way we have run both of these galas is, when I'm introduced, my face is front and center, big picture. I'm just talking to the crowd. And then once the live auction starts, then we have the auction slides, just so you'd see at a
Right.
regular gala. And that was really my goal, is try to make all of this as similar to what we do in a regular gala as
Yeah.
possible. So
Yeah.
there's a slide there, and in both cases, my face is in a thumbnail, just like yours is right now to me,
Right.
and I'm
Yep.
assume same way for you. So my face is in a thumbnail down there. So we have three things on the screen. We have the slide, we have my face in a smaller thumbnail, and we have that scrolling comment line. So that is for all the live auction lots. Then it goes back to my face large. We might have a funded each slide, and then back to my face large. I call for usually a testimonial or video. That testimonial or video plays, and that's, I mean, you can do this. You can have live feeds from various presenters in their
Mhm.
homes,
Right.
or you can pre-record. And I do suggest that you pre-record, just because you can choose your best take.
Yeah.
You can control it for time. If it's a video, we can set it to music and make it powerful and potent. So then we do that. Then it goes back to my face, and I talk to the people. And this is where kind of your skill in, you know, being real and talking people heart to heart and being transparent and not too smooth and not too slick, but really passionate and connect with people comes in. I have a long way to go in this. I really have not spent much time in front of a screen or a camera or TV or anything. And when I watched myself from this Saturday 2 nights ago, I'm like, oh my God, I've got to learn how to do this.
You're
I'm
going to
not
keep getting
used.
better.
Yeah, I'm not using this forum to its advantage and really slowing down and talking to people. I'm thinking I'm 20 feet away and I'm doing my regular song and dance. So
Right.
I have a long way to go, and I'm kind of excited about learning how to do that right. But then you have, I can put anything up on the screen. I could put a thermometer up on the screen to kind of show how much we're fundraising. We could do whoops and hollers. We had a DJ last night or excuse me, night before last, who would insert music, who could insert, kind of audience laughing and cheering and canned stuff, because I didn't have my studio audience right with me. So sky's the limit as far as how much you want to get into the production value of it.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Well, good. Well, Chad, I really appreciate you spending a few moments with us. I mean, we can see you're in Vancouver. I mean, there's the bridge right behind you, and all the seagulls are flying by. But yeah, I mean, this is truly, you know, the new normal. I mean, here we are. I'm in New York right now, and Chad's on the other side of the world. And here we are speaking, and that's what it's all about, is making these connections and making these fundraising experiences truly happen. So, Chad, thanks for spending some time with me.
Absolutely. It's been great. We actually have new requests pouring in for just these. So it's a whole new world.
That is a whole new world. Well, excellent. Well, Chad, I'll make sure I put some information for you below. So friends, if you want to reach out to Chad, the principal auctioneer, you can find him out there, and he is doing this. He's really a trendsetter within all of the virtual event fundraising component here, especially with the virtual live gala. So Chad, thank you again.
You bet. Thanks, Bobby D. Thank you so much.
All right. Awesome.
Have a good day in New York.
All right. Excellent. Again, Bobby D here with Inspire Hearts Fundraising and Virtual Event Fundraising. I want to thank you all nonprofits for doing what you do. What you do matters, and you are changing the world. So continue to be awesome. We'll see you all, and happy fundraising. All right. Bye, everyone.
Woo. See you later.